WNBA free agency day 2 and 3. We got some big signings and some big trades, and we got all the news and notes for you. And we starting where else but with the biggest fish of them all, Nneka Ogwumike. She's agreed to sign a 1-year deal with the Seattle Storm, deciding to join forces with Jewel Lloyd and Skylar Diggins-Smith. And I must say, Nneka Ogwumike, this was very well played. She took an interview with the New York Liberty, but I was thinking, I don't see where she gonna fit in on that team. They already got Jonquel Jones, Breanna Stewart, Betnijah Laney, so they pretty full at the forward position, and she ain't coming off the bench. So she decided on the Seattle Storm, and guess what? We get to do it all again next year. There's a lot of speculation about this being a super team. A'ja Wilson came out on Twitter and made comments about it. And let me just say, please stop with that narrative. This is not a super team. Skylar Diggins, despite how much we all love her and how great of a player she is, she still ain't won nothing yet. Nneka Ogwumike did have a bounce back year last year, but the team still didn't sniff the playoffs. They was one of the worst teams in the league in LA. And Jewel Lloyd, after Breanna Stewart left them, they didn't win no games. They had the second worst record in the league. So it can't be a super team if you're putting together 3 players that haven't won in the last couple years. And Skylar Diggins just missed the entire last season, and she also had a baby. So getting back into that basketball mentality is going to be tough. I think she can do it, but by no means is it going to be a 25-30 win season. Y'all need to get y'all heads out y'all asses with that talk. But it's definitely going to be fun to watch. Skylar Diggins is probably my favorite player to watch in the whole league, so it was tough not having her last year. And she going to look damn good in that Seattle green. And I love A'ja Wilson, but come on girls, stop it. You know y'all not worried about no damn Seattle Storm. But let's keep it moving. Another big trade just happened right in the middle while I was recording this. Kahleah Copper of the Chicago Sky has been traded to the Phoenix Mercury, her and Morgan Birch, in exchange for Michaela Enyaware, Brianna Turner, the 3rd pick in the 24 WNBA draft, a 1st round pick in 26, a 2nd round pick in 25, and a pick swap from Phoenix in 2026. Now let me unpack all that for you. So the Phoenix Mercury, instead of drafting some young talent, they go with a sure thing in Kahleah Copper and give up the 3rd pick in the draft. Michaela Enyaware is a really good player. I told y'all about Brianna Turner. She started all them games and only averaged 3 points, so they're not really losing much there. They are losing her veteran leadership in the locker room, but not much production. But these picks are going to be so huge for Chicago, because any event that Phoenix Mercury don't have any good luck and they have a bad season, those picks can turn into possible top 5 picks. And if you pay attention to college basketball and you know about the sophomores and the juniors that's coming out, then you know those picks are going to be really valuable. And as great as Kahleah Copper is, I'm very happy for her. She helped Candace Parker get a ring, and I'll be forever grateful for her doing that. She was the finals MVP, but she didn't really do much with that Chicago team last year once Candace Parker left. So it's no guarantee that this is just a knock it out the park signing. They also do have Natasha Cloud, so Natasha Cloud setting the floor for Kahleah Copper, oh my goodness. But we talking about free agency, so let's keep it moving to LA. They made a few key signings over the past couple of days. Bringing home Riverside, California's own Monica Billings, played her first 5 seasons in Atlanta. She's just signed a deal to come home to the Los Angeles Sparks. Sparks also agreed to extend the contract of Lexi Brown, another one of my favorite players in the league. She's actually tweeted back at me quite a few times. The last time she tweeted at me, we talked about her injury because we all know she only played in 12 games. She says she's going to tell her story in due time, so we'll be waiting, but we definitely want to see you back on the court. Happy to see her contract was extended. Rae Burrell, who's played her first 2 seasons with the Sparks, has re-signed to stay with the Sparks, staying a part of that influx of young talent that the LA Sparks are bringing in. Sparks also signed Viraj Kiss out of Hungary, getting their first chance to play in the WNBA. They also signed Taylor McSill, who last year played 6 games for the Atlanta Dream. After losing Kahleah Copper, the Chicago Sky signed Diamond DeShields. She played her first 4 seasons in Chicago, but played last year in Phoenix, so she's returning to where things all started. She was very sought after coming out of college. She'll have a chance to get her swagger back getting back in Chicago. Now we have a few quick moves from the Connecticut Sun. They agreed to re-sign Brianna Jones and DeWanna Bonner, and this one was definitely a no-brainer, 2 All-Stars. The Connecticut Sun also agreed to acquire Moriah Jefferson, giving up Rebecca Allen in exchange. Rebecca Allen, 8-year pro sharpshooter. Moriah Jefferson, 7-year pro all-around baller. Connecticut Sun also agreed to sign Estelle Endure-Fall. She's played 6 seasons in the WNBA for San Antonio, Chicago, and Dallas. The Sun also agreed to sign 3 players to their training camp roster, starting with Sydney Weiss, who's played 5 years in the WNBA, Renea Davis, who last played in 2022 for Minnesota and Indiana, Kiana Smith last played in 2022 for the Los Angeles Sparks. New York Liberty also made some signings to their training camp roster, starting with New York's own Brianna Frazier. She played 4 years at Maryland from 2015 to 2019, and now she'll be getting her first chance at a shot at the WNBA roster. Also signed to that training camp roster are Kahleah. They actually drafted her in the 3rd round in 2023, getting another tryout. Interesting basketball story. She's from Zambia, which is in Southern Africa. She played for 3 different colleges, Butler, TCU, and USC, and she played from ages 24 to 26 in college. So she's 27, a veteran basketball player, but she'll be a rookie whenever she steps foot on the WNBA basketball court. And then they got Leonie Fabiche. She was drafted in 2020 by the Los Angeles Sparks in the 2nd round. She's from Germany, and she also has not played any games in the WNBA to date. And then they got the Croatian sensation, Vanja Dojkic. Now she play a whole lot like Marine Johannes, so if she make the team, they gonna have 2 dynamic players in the backcourt. And finally, Stephanie Mauli. She's from Japan, also has not played in the WNBA, but sounds like it's gonna be a tough training camp in New York. And then we have 2 training camp signings from the Minnesota Lynx. The first, Liz Dixon, played her college ball at GA Tech in Louisville. She played a total of 14 games last year, 4 with the Connecticut Sun, 10 with the Phoenix Mercury. Then they got Kiana Traylor. She played 3 years at Purdue, 2 at Virginia Tech. She was drafted in the 2nd round by the Chicago Sky in 2023, and she played 8 games with Minnesota last season. And on our final note, we got a sister combination. Katie Lou Samuelson signs with the Indiana Fever. Lil Sis Carly Samuelson signs with the Washington Mystics. But that is it for the signings and trades for the last couple of days. Let us know, are you shocked by any of these signings, any of these moves? How do you feel about the Big 3 in Seattle? Did anybody expect Kahleah Copper to get traded? I don't know, but let us know. I'm Els the Truth for PR&M. Talk to you on the next one.